Hey y'all, I needed to make just a little quick casserole for lunch and I didn't have anything to make it with. So let me tell you what I did. Goodness, you fell off your rack here. Let me take you back up. Oh goodness. So I had a handful of broccoli. I had 4 little tiny potatoes. I had a big onion and I mixed all that up with but I greased this casserole dish with butter. And look how much I've got already that I didn't have much to put in it. And so now I've got 4 strips of celery that I'm going to put in it. And I'm going to cut these up. Goodness. Oh, I know what's wrong. You're not in the thing. I just had you talk. There we go. So I've got this celery that I'm going to put in it. And so what I did is I put a half a stick of butter in this little thing over here. And all I'm going to do with the celery, I've already taken all that those old strings off of it. I don't ever leave those on. I mean, who wants to eat that? Not me. Somebody told me one time, they said, I didn't know that you could string celery till I saw you do it. Well, that's the only way I've ever known to do it. Anyway, I'm going to make this little casserole. I've got us a roast in the oven. It was given to me by a follower that has a ranch that they do beef cattle. And I thought, man, this is nice. Listen, when you cut your celery up to go in a casserole, cut it kind of chunky. Don't cut it too little. You want to have a bite of it. So I just cut that in half. I've already gotten all the strings off of it. And see, I'm cutting it in kind of little, nice little chunks, bite-sized chunks. Something my mother used to do all the time with celery. She did it every time that she was using celery. She would get cream cheese and mix some spices with it. And then she would put pecans in it. And then she would put it in the celery. It was so good. We'd crunch down on it. She'd have a little tray of it out there. So we've got this. Now I'm going to put this, I'm going to put the butter all over it. I got so busy talking to y'all that I threw all that celery on this casserole, and I didn't mean to do that. I meant to saute it in this butter over here, get all those good flavors out before I put it in here. Now I'm having to pick it all out. Do you ever do that? Like you get to thinking about something else or talking to somebody else and get all messed up? I'm telling you. Is it my fault or y'all's? Whose fault is it that I messed up? It's my fault. I take the blame. I take the blame. I'm getting it all back out of there. I think that's it. And I'm going to saute the celery in the onion, in the butter, and then pour it all over it. I'll be back when it gets sauteed. Now, you know it can't be a casserole if you don't put some cheese on top of it. So this is sharp cheese. I use the red rind kind. And my little box grater. There's other kind of graters you can use, but I just prefer this. I don't know. I think it's because it gives me my arm a little exercise. Instead of letting the machine do it, if you do it yourself, what happens? You burn some calories, you gain some muscles. I think that's probably plenty right there. Look at that nice little clump of cheese we're going to do. See how pretty it is? Tastes good too. All right. So we've got all our stuff in our casserole, but we hadn't put any goodie on it yet. But I'm going to. We're going to mix this cheese with some other stuff. Hey, y'all, let's start mixing. I've got a little bowl. I'm going to put this sauteed celery and that good butter down in this bowl. You know, celery, it takes it a little while to get tender, so that's why I sauteed it. Those potatoes I cut so thin in there that they didn't need sauteed. And the onion I've got in there, it was so thin it didn't need it. So I just did the celery. And I am going to put some sour cream in it. Mix that around. We gotta have some goodie in there, y'all. There's not much sour cream left, so I was gonna use it all. And I'll tell you the reason I'm telling you this, okay? I just about didn't have any more left, so I'm gonna get it all out of there. Okay. Let's stir that around in that good butter. Get it all mixed in good. Now let's put our cheese in there. Ooh, man, what you say? This don't be good. All right, so I haven't put any salt or spices on here. So now that is exactly what I'm fixing to do. Is put some spices in there. I always like a little garlic in mine. And why don't we use some of this Creole in it just to spice it up a little bit. That might be delicious. Let's put a little garlic. Because you know sour cream doesn't really have a taste. You have to kind of give it a taste. Let's put a little Creole, or I guess that's what that is. Yep, that's what it is. A little Creole in there just to give a little kick to it. Stir it around good. And now we're going to put it on top of our casserole. And I'm going to cook this really super slow. There's no use in doing it fast. There's a little extra cheese there. Okay, let's put it on. Now make sure that you spread it out equally in there, okay? And I didn't put any salt because that Creole stuff's got salt in it. Now this sour cream is going to kind of melt, and it's going to kind of go down in there, and so is the cheese. I'm going to get some to the corners here. Goodness, my casserole's growing, isn't it? If you do this at home, you might want to put yours in a bigger container. All right, we've got it all out now. Let's take our spoon and spread it out over all the areas. Remember, I've always told you that the person who gets the first thing, you know, they get the corner. Well, they want some goodie too. So make sure you always spread your goodie out to all the edges. Don't just stick it right in the middle. I've seen people do that, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? Give that person some goodie. Now then, we got it. And here's also what I've done. Let me show you. Wait just a second. Okay, there's our casserole. I'm going to cook it on 350 until I stick a fork in it and those potatoes and onions are nice and tender. See there? Okay, now look. What I did is I fried up a whole bunch of bacon. And at the end, when I think this is kind of done, I'm going to cover it with foil. And when I think it's kind of done, I'm going to put all this bacon on top of it. So let me tell you the name of this casserole. This is important. Let me use this close. I don't know the name of it. And you know why? Because I just made it up. I had to fix some Sunday dinner. I was gone all day yesterday to that Camden, Alabama thing. And I didn't have a whole lot of food in that refrigerator. But I did have a handful of broccoli. I did have an onion. I had 4 little tiny potatoes, not hardly bigger than that. I had some stalks of celery. I had that much sour cream. Y'all saw how much it was. It wasn't much. I did have cheese. And I had butter. So I just put all of it together. And I had a little bit of bacon. And I made me a casserole. I don't have a recipe. So here's what I'm trying to teach you. You can make a casserole out of anything. I could just as easily have used sweet potatoes in it. If I'd have had an ear of corn or two, I might could have pulled that off of the cob and put that in it. What else could we have put in this casserole? Now here's the feedback that I want from y'all today. Have you ever in your kitchen made up a recipe for your family? It could have been a soup, and tell me what's in it. It could have been a casserole. It could have been some kind of cookie that you made up. I want to know if you're doing that. I want to know if your kitchen is kind of like a classroom to you and you are learning as you go, like children do. They make up stuff all the time. They play playhouse. They go outside, make them a camp. And they do all this stuff. Well, they're making it up. Let's don't lose our childhood gifts, which are using what we have. Children use what they have to play with all the time, and you know as well as I do that they just as soon play with the box and the paper as they had what was in the box. So I want to know what you make up at your house that maybe nobody else in the whole world has ever used to go together. I doubt if there's a recipe that's got all this stuff in it. I doubt it very seriously. If it has, I've never seen it. So, y'all get to cooking and make sure you share this and make sure that you tell me what you made up or if you've never made anything up, okay? Maybe it might be some kind of punch. I don't know what you've made up in your kitchen, but y'all, let's share it. Love you. Bye-bye. Okay, y'all, we think the casserole is ready. Let's get it out and see how it looks. My bacon looks a little bit tough. And so, let me get this out and set it to the side. I think that because I fried it too soon. Let's see, which one is the casserole? It's this one. Got my roast in here too. Let's look at it, see how it turns. It's stuck to the pole. Wait a minute, Carrie. See if I can get it off. I'll put my other. Looks pretty good. We don't know, but we'll see. Let me take a little bite of it just to see what it tastes like. You know, sometimes when you go to church and you're trying to keep your stuff warm in the oven, it overcooks. It has a good flavor. I think I'm going to put a little extra cheese on the top, and that'll be a good thing. Y'all want to see the roast? Let's get it out. I gotta cut it up anyway. A little beef roast. And I put onions all on the top. How's that look to you? Y'all have a great day. Make you up something good and enjoy eating it. Love y'all. Bye-bye.